All right, so starting off with the very first gun that I do recommend you guys to use in the assault rifle category is going to be none other than the Cooper Carbine. Now, Cooper Carbine is a brand new assault rifle in Season 1 in Vanguard. You have to unlock it at Tier 15 in the Battle Pass. And I assure you, this is definitely worth the grind because it has really great mobility. Its handling is awesome as well, and the recoil control is on point. And also, it has a relatively fast TTK. So let's go ahead and talk about the Cooper Carbine class setup here. So keep in mind, all of these attachments, I have tested these out. So rest assured, you will be using the most optimized class setup. All right, now for the first attachment, we're going with the Mercury Silencer. I like this because it gives us a 2-for-1. We get to stay stealthy as possible when we're running around the map. We're firing our weapon. We're not going to be seen on the enemy minimap. So obviously that's key to staying alive a lot longer and keeping your kill streak alive. Also, it does come with recoil control as well, which is ultimately going to help you get much more accurate shots. Now for the barrel, this is super important. You absolutely need this barrel. This is going to be the Gracie Rapid 14-inch barrel. It's going to increase our fire rate, and that's mainly what we're using it for, because when you increase the fire rate, that's ultimately going to decrease your time to kill. So you're going to be able to kill your opponents a lot faster with a faster fire rate. So that is why we need this barrel. And for the optic, you can use whatever you want to. Personally, I would just use whatever you're comfortable with, or you can go with the G16 2.5X. You know, this one is a pretty solid attachment for larger maps. However, if you're playing on smaller maps, faster pace, etc., then, you know, simply don't use an optic. The iron sights are beautiful and they're very comfortable to look down through. Now for the stock, we're going to go with the Cooper 45 RS. And for this one, we're mainly looking for that accuracy and recoil control, which is what we get here with the Cooper 45S. So that is definitely important. And it also comes with that aim down sight speed pro as well. Now for proficiency, we are using tight grip again, going along with the theme of recoil control. This is going to give us accuracy and recoil control during sustained fire. So that's when you're firing your weapon, it's, you know, you're prolonging it. Let's say you don't hit your shots. This is going to help keep your gun steady. Kit is going to be fully loaded here. Can't go wrong with having too much ammo. Rear grip, we're going to be going with the stippled grip tape. Now, I don't know why I said grip tape. I'm just so used to calling it that from Modern Warfare and Warzone. But anyways, with the stippled grip, this one is going to give us recoil recovery as well as initial accuracy and recoil control with no cons. That's why I like this attachment. And the most important thing that I do want to feature why this attachment is important is because of that centering speed bonus that you do get. So that's basically your crosshair in the middle of the screen, that little dot, it's going to stay centered when you're firing your weapon. So obviously that's going to be important for more accurate shots. Now for the magazine, we're going with the 45 round carbine mags. Now the main reason why is because of that damage pro. We obviously need that. This is going to be well worth using because of that damage pro. So it's basically just going to increase our damage to 34 from 25. So this is going to make a big difference in how it's going to make this a 3-shot kill. Now you do have the option of this attachment right here as well, but I don't recommend it mainly because it literally only has 20 rounds. I mean, we definitely need a lot more than that. So you might as well go for the 45 round mag and you still get the same amount of shots it takes to kill. Next up, we have the ammo type is going to be lengthened. So this is for bullet velocity so that you can hit moving targets a lot more instantly, especially on longer maps. Is going to be super important. Now for underbarrel, we're going to be using the M1941 hand stop, again for recoil control and accuracy. Now for the rest of the class setup, it's all personal preference. You can use whatever you want to. And moving forward, as I talk about different class setups here, this is basically my staple setup right now. So maybe you can use the combat knife if you want to run around the map a little bit faster when you're not in a gunfight, or you can use these perks as well. Ghost, Forward Intel, Scavenger, all great perks in my opinion. Lethal, this is a brand new one that I've been messing around with. I really like the incendiary grenade. It has a pretty big blast radius as well. So, you know, once those opponents get caught in there, obviously it's going to do two things. Number one, obviously it's going to damage them. And number two, it's going to push them to go in a different direction. Maybe it's a direction that you want them to go to, and you can meet them, intercept them, and kill them that way in a tactical manner. Now for the tactical, I am using my stim shot to heal a lot faster and give me more confidence to get back into the gunfight a lot quicker. So again, I'm not going to be talking about these moving forward. I don't want to repeat myself, but this is mainly what I like to use as far as the rest of my class setup goes. All right, moving on to the bar. So the bar is a weapon that I highly encourage you guys to take a second look at. You know, when the game first came out, the bar was really not that attractive. The base stats showed that it had the slowest time to kill out of all the assault rifles. So obviously that's not going to be attractive at all. However, there is a way to make it kill super quick, and it actually has the fastest time to kill possible with these attachment combos, actually on par with the Cooper Carbine. So at 131 millisecond time to kill. So for the muzzle, we're using Mercury Silencer. We want recoil control here and sound suppression suppression. That's why we're using it. Barrel. So this one is going to be very important. The bar has very low fire rate here. As you can see at 434, this is literally SMG category fire rate. So this is typically unusual for an assault rifle to have a very low fire rate like this. So that's why we have to add this barrel to increase our fire rate, which is obviously going to help out with our TTK in the long run. Now for the optic, you could go with the G16 2.5X. It's all personal preference, but this is mainly an optic that I do recommend using if you want to go the optic route, you know, or you can mess around with the Chariot LB. You know, this will enhance the iron sights a little bit, make it look a little bit cleaner, or you can go with the CGC as well. But personally, I like using the G16. It, you know, gives me a lot more accurate shots, and plus it comes with that recoil control as well, whereas these don't. These come more with aim down sight speed. So this is built more for close range engagements and smaller maps, so keep that in mind. All right, so next up we have the Pistol Grip Custom for horizontal recoil control as well as aim down sight speed. Definitely pluses there. And for proficiency, we are using sleight of hand so we can reload a lot quicker. Fully loaded for our kit, and for rear grip we're using stippled grip. Magazine, this is going to be the important one. We got to use the 50 caliber BMG 30 round magazine. So this is going to increase our damage by a lot. So, you know, even if it only shows 1 damage here, if you take a look at the details, it increases it to 68 damage, you know, from 28. So 28 was the normal damage. This is about a 5-shot kill, but when you put this attachment on, it completely changes the game. This is literally a 2-shot kill. No need for incendiary. This is all straight up because of this attachment right here. The most important attachment that changes everything. 2-shot kill, regardless of, you know, where you shoot, is going to be a 2-shot kill with this attachment. That's why it's very, very important. Now for the ammo type, we're going to be using lengthen to increase our bullet velocity, and for the underbarrel, we're going to be using the Carver foregrip. So another thing to keep in mind with the bar though is that yes, this is a death machine basically, but also keep in mind that the mobility and your aim down sight speed is not going to be all that great. So keep that in mind. So when you're using this gun, go into the match with a mindset that you are going to be actively pre-aiming around corners, assuming there's enemies, you know, everywhere, and just, you know, make sure you have your iron sights already aimed in areas where you think there's going to be opponents. That way you don't get caught with your gun up in the air when you're running around, and then you're going to be complaining about the very slow ADS. That's just the way the gun is built, and I'm sure this is on purpose so that it balances the gun a little bit, because it's super overpowered with these attachments, obviously. So you have to keep that in mind as well. Now next up we have the NZ41, another fast killing setup here. Now one thing I do want to highlight about the NZ41 is that its damage is actually already fairly high. So this is going to be a 3-shot kill, just the base here, but if you add the incendiary, it's going to be a 2-shot kill, which is absolutely amazing. So I know incendiary on other weapons, it's kind of pointless, but with this one, after I tested it a little bit, it's literally a 2-shot kill consistently. And in real life situations, you're going to continuously fire your weapon, just land 2 shots. You're going to get that kill instantly. So that's something I do want to highlight with this gun. Now for the muzzle, we're using the Mercury silencer. Barrel is going to be the Orb Weaver 360mm BC for more accurate shots. So another thing that you are going to notice with this gun is that the recoil is pretty up there. So you have to keep that in mind as well. That's why we're building this around recoil control. Now I really actually like these Ravenwood mid-iron sights here. Definitely try it out if you haven't tried it yet, and this will also help out with aim down sight speed. Of course, on larger maps, go ahead and use the G16. Now for the stock, we're using the Orb Weaver Elite again for some recoil control, and for the proficiency, we are going to be using Brace for the initial accuracy and recoil control as well. And then kit is going to be fully loaded. Rear grip is going to be stippled grip. Incendiary for the ammo type, again, very important for this class setup. Now for the magazine, notice how there's nothing here. This is what is unique about this gun, okay? And let me tell you why. So 20 round fast mags, you know, why would you want 20 rounds? That's barely anything, unless you do want to reload your weapon faster for whatever reason, but 20 rounds, come on. Now for the next 2 attachments here, we have the Clouser 30 round and the Sakura 45 round. Wow, this might be very attractive at first, but take a look at the cons here. -2 damage, -1 damage. No thank you. You know, this is going to completely make the gun kill your opponents in lesser shots. So obviously, you know, these don't seem worth it to me. I might as well just not run a magazine at all. Of course, you know, I'm just relaying the information to you guys, giving you guys factual evidence here, but you know, do whatever you want with that information. Underbarrel is going to be the M1941 hand stop here. All right, and last but not least, I do have a bit of a bonus weapon here, because with the Automaton, you do get a really great time to kill. Obviously not as fast as the others, but the reason why I'm adding the Automaton here is because of its handling, its mobility, the recoil control, and its fairly fast TTK with this exact build. And the Automaton is a very popular weapon right now, so obviously, how can I not include this in the game? So for the Automaton, we use the Mercury Silencer barrel. This is super important. We're going to be using the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗙𝗢 short. It's going to increase our damage. Again, more damage means less shots to kill. In a fast killing game like Vanguard, this is definitely important. Now for the optic, we're using the G16 on larger maps. And if you're not playing on a larger map, if you're playing on a smaller map like Shipment, remove this thing. The iron sights are definitely manageable as well, you know, or you can go ahead and mess around with the reflector, you know, or use whatever optic you're comfortable with. Long story short, stock is going to be the Anastasia padded for that vehicle control during sustained fire. And proficiency, I really like using the spotter on this one. You know, not many classes offer this proficiency, and I like this because you're able to see people at longer ranges, even if they're kind of camouflaged with the map, because the colors, you know, they do tend to blend in, so you'll be able to see their gamer tag from longer distances. And this could be a huge advantage, man. If you spot the enemy first before they see you, obviously this is going to be resulting in a very good result. Now kit is going to be fully loaded. Rear grip, we're using the polymer grip on this one. And for the magazine, another huge important attachment. Again, for that damage, we get 50 rounds plus that damage increase. So this is going to make the gun kill a little bit faster because of this damage. So you got damage from these magazine rounds plus the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗡𝗙𝗢 short. So this is how you can optimize it as much as you possibly can. And then, you know, feel free to build the gun however you want around it. Ammo type is going to be lengthened for bullet velocity, and underbarrel we're going to be using the Carver foregrip. Now I know you guys are probably wondering, you know, why didn't I include the STG or the 𝗬𝗓 burst, etc., etc.? Well, mainly because you know, statistically their time to kills, even when I do optimize them, it doesn't come nearly as close as what I just showed you here today. So but I will be including a video in the future of all the assault rifles and all their best class setups, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe, leave a like if you did enjoy today's video. I'd really appreciate it, and leave a comment down below. Which class setup are you going to be going with, man, out of all of these four right here? I'm really curious. As far as I'm concerned, I really am enjoying the Cooper Carbine. Yes, the NZ41 is a melt machine with that 120 millisecond time to kill, but I really do like the ease of use, and this one just seems so much easier to use. And it's all about user friendliness in this game and recoil control being accurate, you know, because what's the point of being able to get into a gunfight if you can't even hit your shots, or it's not flexible? You can't really beam people from long range. So that's why I really like the Cooper Carbine. It's pretty much a do-it-all type of weapon. So anyways, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Yo, if you guys are always on your computer all day, or you like to game for long sessions, definitely check out GamerAdvantage.com for these blue light blocking glasses. Quite literally the best blue light glasses that you can ever find on the market. Make sure to check out GamerAdvantage.com and just learn more about it, man. There's so many benefits to keeping your eyes nice and healthy. You won't feel that strain at the end of the day, and you'll go to sleep like a baby at the end of the day, and that's the best part. You won't feel tired at all. Definitely check out GamerAdvantage.com. Use code TURBO at checkout.